Spotlight, I'm Ollie Yates. Investigations have begun into the cause of a fire which engulfed a derelict hotel in Torquay. 90 firefighters were called to the former Sherwood Hotel in Belgrave Road yesterday afternoon. It's the second fire there in 3 days. The hotel closed last year to paying customers and was then subject to a partial closure order following reports of antisocial behaviour. Next, there are fears an iconic viewpoint in Devon could be lost forever after a significant cliff fall before Easter. The councils had to cordon off the southwest coast path through the wood at the Ness in Sholden. Engineers need to look at the area, but it's likely the footpath will need to be diverted. John Ayres has more.
This cliff fall at Sholden is one of a number in recent months across our region. The heavy rainfall has made the rock unstable in places. Here at the Ness, this corner of the southwest coast path has had to close.
We're pretty upset because me and the kids and the dog love coming on adventures around places like this. So now we're going to have to walk back on the road, which is obviously a lot more boring.
We'll live with it. Hopefully we'll be back up there because it is one of the best views looking out down towards Bear Regis and all that way.
It's a beautiful path and there's a lot of wildlife up there and so on, but you've got to be sensible, haven't you, because it's dangerous.
I don't think we'll get it back, really. I think it's creeping in. And it's just, a shame.
Local businesses here like Cafe Ode and the Ness Gift Shop are keen to remind visitors that they're still open despite the cliff fall. In fact, it's even brought people to the area.
The Ness Cove access to the Smugglers Tunnel is fully open, and we ask customers and visitors just to stay away from the cliff edge. But at the moment it's been very positive.
The cliff fall itself is terrible, and obviously it's erosion that we don't want and need. It's very unstable at the moment, so it's blocked off. People are coming to see it, which is great for business. People come for a walk, dog walk, have a look from the lawn down in front of Ness House, and come and buy a coffee or an ice cream.
The persistent rain at the start of the year has meant the cliffs have been unable to dry out. Experts say this is why they're now so vulnerable.
So the groundwater levels are remaining high for long periods of time, really allowing it to soak deeper into the cliff. As it soaks deeper into the cliff, all that water gets inside of the little small pores, which kind of pushes apart all the individual grains inside the cliff. Now, when it does that, that essentially reduces the strength of the actual cliff, and eventually it'll reach a point where it can no longer sustain itself. Plus, with all that additional water inside that cliff, it's a lot heavier and then will slip.
So the question is, what's going to happen to this? Well, councils don't really have any money, and to put this right is going to cost a small fortune. Potentially they could try and bring the path in a bit from where it is now. Maybe the easiest option is to just leave that completely, and for walkers to just cut off this corner altogether.
We have to wait to see what structural engineers who will look at it, take a look at what's going on, and it may be that it's not safe for people to go there. So there are signs already, but it may well be that we're going to have to stop people going there.
Whilst David Cox would like the path diverted inwards, all the local authorities know that with climate change they're fighting a losing battle trying to protect our vulnerable cliffs. John Ayres, BBC Spotlight, Sholden.
Along the coast of Dawlish, now famous for its black swans. However, recent storms washed some of the nests away. But there is some hope. One cygnet chick has just hatched. Eve Watson has the story.
These cygnet swans can't escape the cameras. They're easily the most famous part of Dawlish.
This is the main tourist attraction. It's what people come to see. It's the swans.
But after the southwest was battered by recent storms, many nests were wiped out. Thankfully, some have just hatched.
It's been horrendous with the rain. We've had so much rain. It's flooded, it's washed the nests away, it washed a couple of cygnets away. It's just been no let up. They haven't had a bit of peace. We've only got one. But one's better than none, as you say, and we have got more, hopefully hatching within the next week, farther down the brook.
And there's some advice to try and preserve them.
Well, it's the same as any wild bird. You keep away, just let nature take its course, keep away. Don't feed them. That's the worst thing you can do is feed. If people come down, just let mum and dad sort them out for their food, because if you start throwing food at them, you attract the gulls and everything else, and the other ducks, then the parents get all frustrated and agitated. So don't feed them. Just leave them as they are.
Mum and Dad will be keeping a close eye. Eve Watson, BBC Spotlight, Dawlish.
Sport now, and after a bad start to the Easter weekend, goals galore for Exeter City and Plymouth Argyle today. The Grecians beat Doncaster Rovers 3-0. The same for the Pilgrims at Barnsley. Now, the local elections are just over a month away, and at BBC Your Voice, we want to hear about the stories that matter to you and your family. Plenty of ways to get in touch. You can scan the QR code that's on screen now, head for the website, or email spotlight@bbc.co.uk. Weather time now, and the southwest has been looking handsome in the sunshine. Here's David.
Thanks very much. Good evening. More fine weather to look forward to tomorrow. Higher temperatures too. Still a bit breezy with those winds from the southeast, but little change in our weather pattern for the next couple of days. Overnight tonight, a lot of clear sky. I don't think it'll be too cold though, and there's enough of a breeze to prevent too much in the way of mist and fog developing. So our minimum temperature down around 4 or 5 degrees, most of us 7 or 8 at the minimum. And then tomorrow's forecast, lots of fine weather, lots of dry weather, a good deal of sunshine, a bit hazy at times. Pollen is high to very high though, so if you're a hay fever sufferer, the tree pollen is out at the moment. And temperatures between 16 and 19 degrees, always a bit cooler along the south coast with that keen easterly breeze. Have a good evening.
Thank you, David. More stories on the BBC News website and app. Janine's here serving up your breakfast bulletins tomorrow morning. But for the late team, good night and thanks for watching. Bye.